Today's lesson is recorded before a live studio audience. Say good morning, class. Thank you. This one is called the in-ground swimming pool in Google SketchUp. This is what the finished product should look like. And as I rotate it around, you'll see you can actually see through the water. It looks like there's actually water in the swimming pool. And as I do this, you can see the underside. That's why it's an in-ground situation. Now, I've seen several people doing this before, and it kind of looks like a box standing up on top of the earth, and that's not what we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to File, New, and we're going to start from scratch. First thing I'll do is I'll use my Select tool to click on my little 2D avatar, hit my Delete key to get rid of him. He's a nice guy, but we don't need him for this. And the first thing to do here is to create a surface to put the in-ground pool into so it looks like it's under the ground. So I'm going to use my rectangle tool, and I'm going to make a big plot of land here. Let's keep going here. All right, there we go. Now, that's a big piece of land. Now I'm going to put something out, probably try to put grass on it. Let's see if this actually works. Some days I have better luck finding the vegetation. Oh, look, I've got it open, the vegetation. That's just lucky. I'm going to click here, select it here, and insert it. All right, we've got some grass or vegetation on the earth there. Now this is going to look a little strange, but it works, trust me. Now you can see I've still got the bucket here. That's a common mistake that I make myself. Best practice on Google SketchUp is always go back to the Select tool in between actions so you don't end up doing something you have to undo. So I'm going to rotate this around a little bit with my Orbit tool, and I'm going to use another rectangle. I'm going to put a rectangle on top of the grass here, and I'll start over here on the face. And as I'm doing it, I'm looking down in the corner. If you look in the lower right corner, it says 8, 11 and a half. I'm looking how big this is going to be. All right, that's about 12 feet. And then the depth is going to be about, what are we at so far? 8.5 feet. 24 feet. All right, that's good. Now, I'm going to use a tool that we haven't talked about before. It's up here. It is called the Offset tool. So I've got a box in here. It's kind of difficult to see with the lights in here, but I've got a box in here, and with the Offset tool selected, I'm going to click inside the box, and it actually lets me make another, make sure it's selected, lets me make another box inside. Now the benefit of this is it's equidistant all the way around. So if I've got a 2-foot border, it's 2 feet all the way around. If you just try to draw your own rectangle, you may be 2 feet on one side, a foot on the other side, 3 feet on one, so it can be a mess. And I've got the center here selected. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the outer edge here, the outer edge of the pool. That's kind of the pool deck where we'll put the pool furniture and everything. And I'm going to use the push-pull tool, and I'm going to pull that up just a little bit. Now it looks like it's got a little depth to it. Now I'm going to use the push-pull tool on the center, and I'm going to push it down so it looks like that's where the water will go. And if you look underneath here, you can see there's the bottom of the pool. That's what we want. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to color the pool so you can see a little more clearly. So I'm going to go to first I'll go back to my Select tool, go to my Bucket Fill, and now I'm going to go to Colors. I want to go to Named Colors. And you can use anything you want. I'm going to use a light color so you can see things. And I'm just going to color inside the perimeter wall. Well, that's kind of too bright. Let's do a pink. There we go. I know you wouldn't have a pink pool, but trust me, it works for the demonstration. I'm also going to go down here and get the little edges that are just above the ground here. And to do that, I've got to rotate this thing around with the Orbit tool. So let me get that going. I've got to get this side over here too. Let me go back to my bucket. Inside there, just on the edge, and we know that this can turn bad really quickly on if you're not accurate with it. There we go. And I'm going to keep going all the way around there until I get everything. Got to select it. There we go. I'm not following my own advice to make sure I've got going back to the Select tool in between. Now, as long as I see I've selected it, it's okay. A lot of times you'll click on a tool and you think you've done it and you're ready to go, and it's still on the last tool you used, and that's when things start to get haywire. Come on, let me have a little color there. There we go. Did I get it all? I think I got it all. No, one edge left. Okay, here we go. Click here. Down on that edge. Come on, give it to me. All right, now we're ready to go. Now I'm going to turn it around again. Let me follow my own directions here. Click on the select tool, activate the orbit tool. Let's turn it around again. Well, actually, we can do it from this side too. It doesn't make any difference. So we've done the offset tool. That's the one that's up here that lets you click inside of a rectangle or a circle, and it'll give you even dimensions around the outside. Okay. Now we're going to use the push-pull tool again. This is one of those things that's so easy to do. It's just you're going to say, oh, fabulous. And if you had to figure it out on your own, you might take 9 years. I had to figure it out on my own, and I couldn't do it. So I asked some people, and they said, oh, that's easy. All you do is this. We're going to click on the bottom of the pool. Now, if I just pull the bottom of the pool up, I've moved the whole bottom of the pool up. Let's take a look underneath now. See, now it's not very deep, is it? Don't want that. Let's use my push-pull tool again. Let's get it back down there where it was. Now I'm going to take a look underneath. Deep pool now, right? Okay, that's what I want. Now here's the secret. I wish I could take credit for inventing this, but no, I just passed the information along. Push-pull tool is activated. All right, there we go. I'm going to click on the bottom of the pool, and I'm going to hold down my control key, CTRL, and that actually makes a copy of the bottom of the pool. And as you pull it up, you've still got the bottom, and now you've got a top part too. So I'm going to hold down control, click on push-pull, pull it up. Doesn't look like much, but well, I'll show you what happens here. Let's go here in my little area here, and I'm going to go to water. Now if I choose this one, which is very colorful and nice, looks like we've got water in the pool, but it's not as dramatic as when you use the correct one. The water that we have over here, you see the two-sided water here? So when you're in the list of materials here, you might be on materials, wherever you are. Click on the materials list and go down to water. And one of the waters has two sides to it right here. That's the transparent or translucent. Now watch, when I click here and I scroll it around, you can see through the top of the water, and you can see there's a depth to the water. There it is. That is the in-ground pool in SketchUp. Very easy to do as long as you remember to use the offset tool when you're on the top of the rectangle. I make a surface first. You can even have to put the grass on it if you don't want, but make the surface, draw another rectangle inside that one, pull it up just a smidge, all right? Push down the center after you use the offset tool, and then when you color all the sides, pull up the bottom, but use the push-pull tool holding the control key down, pull it up, and then when you add the water, you can try these other ones, but the one that looks like you can see through it is this one, Water Pool Light. Okay? That is it, the in-ground pool in Google SketchUp. Hope that was helpful. Questions will take place after the video stops.